All right. So personal thank you from me to all of you for coming. I would ask that if you are not muted, if you could just mute yourselves. If I mute all, then I'm going to mute Christine and then she can't talk and, So
you know how I get when I can't talk.
It's just helpful for everybody so that we don't have background noise. Before I did my share screen, I forgot to ask everybody to hold up your signature drink. If you indulged us and you brought your tequila sunrise, I have to admit, while a tequila sunrise is a lovely drink, Christine and I were talking today and we were like, oh, don't really love orange juice. And I'm like, I don't really love sweet drinks. The tequila sunrise is festive and goes with our brand colors, but the true signature drink of Post and Beam is actually Bengal spiced tea. And if you haven't had it, it's pretty awesome. So tonight we're gonna play some games. We're gonna tell you what we do. And the first thing I want to do is kind of talk through how the name Post and Beam came to be. So we brainstormed for hours and days, and it was nonstop text messages and making notes on our phones and lists. And what do you think of that? What do you think of this? And, we were everything from using our names to using words that are Italian because we both share that heritage, to my son wanted us to be Clever Clove, which is cute, but it doesn't really say who we are. And we finally landed on something that we felt fit. As soon as it came to be, it was like, this is it. And I want to get into that a little bit. Obviously Post and Beam, if you're familiar with homes or buildings or anything like that, you're familiar with the phrase Post and Beam. And that's one thing I really like about it. Post and Beam is really just the nomenclature for wood timber framing in a home. But it is the support system. So we loved that because it's familiar. Obviously, our audience is real estate based, so it's a familiar phrase to real estate professionals. But also the words post and beam have additional meanings, which is really cool. So the post in the timber frame is your vertical support, right? But the word post has another meaning. When you post something, you announce it, you make it known, you put it out there. We post on social media, right? And then the beam in the timber frame construction, that's the horizontal outreaching support. But when you beam, you shine a light on something, or you beam, like when someone's beaming, they have a huge smile on their face, right? So we love that Post and Beam not only represents support, but that we allow you to shine and announce who you are and make yourselves known. So that is the meaning behind our name, Post and Beam. Without further ado, I'll move forward.
Look at these beautiful faces here. Okay, so I just want to start before we get into talking about the services that we offer. I need to, well, actually, let me go back, because when I was reviewing my slides earlier today, I looked at this slide and I said, all of a sudden it occurred to me that Katie Lance, who's in the upper right-hand corner, she is the common denominator for me knowing all of the people on this screen. She has connected me to so many people throughout the entire country, people who work in the real estate space, and has been an incredible support and friend. We've known each other for over 10 years now. I think it's been more than a decade, Katie. And you have just been such an inspiration for me. And I might get choked up here. Katie introduced me to Mark and Lisa Askew, who are to her left on the screen. Lisa is a top real estate agent in Trophy Club, Texas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth market, and was a RE/MAX agent for 20 years. And I met Lisa at a RE/MAX event through Katie and came to realize very quickly what a just amazing human being she is. I went down to Texas to work with her and her husband at one point a couple of years ago, and realized just not only what amazing professionals they were, but just great humans as well. Betty of course, if any of you have listened to our podcast, Betty is my co-host on the Know Like Trust podcast. Betty called me again. I met her through Katie, and she called me one day last year and said, "Hey, let's do a podcast together." And it just all of a sudden it was born. So Betty has been an amazing co-host. We work really well together. We come up with great ideas and great people to have on our podcast. And then there's Deborah Trapin, who has been, I don't know, Deborah, I don't even know how to begin, but when Katie introduced me to you, you just immediately saw the potential in me that I didn't even realize was there. And I have really lived by watching the example of you and of Katie as mentors of mine, and just the leadership that you guys exude and the way that you lift others up in the industry it's just something that I have incredible respect and admiration for. So these people are just close to our business. They're close to our hearts and really helped us to get the word out there over the last couple of weeks. So thank you all so very much. So who are we? In a nutshell, simply stated, we are real estate's marketing and design solution. So some of you are in the business, some of you are not. So for those of you who are not, and for those of you who are, you know that real estate agents are salespeople. They do their best work when they're front facing with clients. They really don't like to sit at the computer, sit behind the screen and create marketing and design collateral. They don't like to go to Canva. It's confusing. And it's not a great use of their time. So that's really where we come in. We remove the burden of sitting behind the screen and save agents and brokers time so they can focus on building their business. That is at the core of what we do. And we focus in two general areas. Number one, obviously, we produce gorgeous custom design collateral. And I can say that it's gorgeous because it is my business partner, Carrie, who creates everything. And she just does an amazing job. She is impressive. And she really makes our agents shine to their clients. The second thing that we do is we provide a members only community with robust marketing tools and education. And we're going to talk a little bit about exactly what that means in just a couple seconds.
So what makes us different? Why are we different than any other dime a dozen marketing agency out there? And there are quite a few, and I've worked for them as a designer. Christine's worked for them as a marketer. But what makes us special is that we're not young guns. We have a lot of experience in marketing, in design, as well as in real estate. So we are kind of the perfect trifecta of what makes a perfect marketing firm for real estate professionals. And Christine will tell you a little bit more about her background.
So I spent the first 15 years of my career in consumer products goods, and then the last 15 years of my career in the real estate space. So I have significant amount of real estate experience, but my entire career has been focused on customer marketing. And I like to kind of say that the customer marketer is the person in between sales and the brand. It's the person that makes sure that we're following brand standards and brand guidelines, but we're also doing what's right for the customer. So my background is not very much in real estate at all, other than as a consumer. My husband and I love to invest in real estate, and I'm always looking at properties and things online just because it fascinates me. But my background, I mean, I went to art school. I'm the creative. But I like to think that because I don't have that deep history with real estate, I bring fresh and new ideas to the real estate space. I kind of come at it from a whole different viewpoint. My background goes everything from working at Hill Holiday on the Dunkin' Donuts campaign, all the way to working for a music school and a nonprofit and running my own business for over 15 years. So I've sort of done it all. And I like to think that I bring new ideas to the table, especially when it comes to real estate.
And we'd love for our wonderful clients, Mark and Lisa, who Christine gave an amazing intro to speak in their own words and kind of explain how they came to us and what their goals were, and how we got them to achieve their goals. So if Mark or Lisa, or both of you, if you want to unmute and speak a little bit about that, that would be awesome. I can't see anybody and I can't change.
I'll be glad to start, Carrie. Mark and I had known Christine for several years, and I knew she had a kind of a personal goal to be like more of a, I don't know, real estate consultant, real estate coach. And so I just kind of called her out of the blue one time and said, I know you said you wanted to do that. Do you want to like practice on me? And she said, sure. And so we did a couple of little remote projects, and that was great. And Mark and I kind of had this hankering. I'd been with Remax 20 years, just kind of ready to do something that felt different. And we kind of tossed it back and forth. And I said, well, I don't know how to start this, but I know who to call. And I'm going to call Christine and just see, like, point me, like, where do you go to find all this stuff? You know, where do I find somebody who's going to give us an overall overarching platform, who's going to design our stuff, who's going to help us with our verbiage, who's going to, you know, kind of put this frame around what we're trying to do. We knew it needed to be done, and we knew it was going to take a multiple disciplined approach, but we had no idea where to go to scour the planet for this kind of talent. And so we just called Christine. She goes, oh, Lisa, how interesting that you would choose to call today, because we're getting ready to offer very much exactly what you're asking for. I'm like, well, that is weird and rich in a lot of ways. And so we just started kind of putting our heads together, and I guess we're your guinea pigs, right? On starting to have, bring this service to life. And I think they've done a remarkable job of figuring out our essence and being able to distill it down to something that's beautiful and digestible and memorable.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
That's perfect. Yeah. So
I would just say that y'all have been wonderful at projecting our image, and basically I'm just going to do whatever y'all say do. So
they're the best clients, honestly. They just do everything we tell them to do.
I was going to say, full disclosure, we really hit the jackpot with the SQs, because I don't think I've ever had a client as fantastic to work with as Mark and Lisa, and their amazing Margot Nicoletti, who is also part of their team. So that was a great intro, and we're going to kind of show you what we've done for the SQs through our services here. So we have 3 different arms of what we do. The first one is a brand identity. Second one is custom collateral. That includes sort of everything else in terms of design. But then the last one is our foundation program, and we're going to take you through each one of those. So the first one is brand identity, and that is where we started with the SQs. Now, Lisa had all that history with Remax, and it was all, Lisa SQ, it was in her name. And that was the common thread that we wanted to pull through when Mark and Lisa wanted to start their own brokerage. They asked us, what should we call ourselves? And, we thought, you could do a whole new name or whatever, but by maintaining Lisa's last name, that was the thread that also obviously brings Mark into it. And SQ Real Estate was just perfect. So then from there, we said, okay, guys, we don't know what the property signage in your market looks like. Can you guys drive around your neighborhood and take pictures of everything? And, they say everything in Texas is very big. Well, I learned everything in Texas is also very loud. So we wanted Mark and Lisa to stand out in a completely different way. And you can stand out by being quieter, right? So we chose this gorgeous shade of blue that we have now named SQ Blue. I've made every designer who ever uses it has to call it that. And really highlighted the capital E in their name. And it's such a beautiful mark. And it actually does stand out in their market because it's not a bright red or a bright green, or, you know, it stands out in a way of elegance. So from there, part of our branding package, what we do is after we do all that research and we come up with that great logo, we flesh it out into an identity, a brand standards. And then we build it out even more into things like letterhead, business cards. And because this is not a typical thing of a marketing firm, because we do real estate, we're always going to include in our branding package your property signage, because that is your most important piece of marketing as a real estate brokerage, individual agent, team, whatever, right? So the second arm is the custom collateral, and that includes lots of different things. First off, once we have this whole brand identity and all the standards and everything pulled together, it's so great to then make that next step into a beautifully designed website. And we will work with you on that. And we worked with the SQs on building their website and bringing their tagline into it and beautiful images from their properties. And every website that we create will also include the Real Scout search platform. And I'm going to let Christine talk about that.
So Real Scout is a listing alert platform. It is by far, and I think we have some Real Scout folks here with us too, Bart and Erica. It is by far the most phenomenal software tool in the real estate space. Why? Because it makes sense. And I'll tell you a little bit about that in a second. But secondly, it is so easy to use. Even myself, who's not super tech savvy, I can use it immediately. There's not a huge startup, phase where you have to, take a bunch of classes and learn how to, how it works. Real Scout is a listing alert tool that replaces Redfin and Zillow and your MLS. So as you know, when you sign a client up in MLS, they get these daily listing alerts. MLS, I don't know a single MLS out there that isn't clunky and hard to navigate. Real Scout has a phenomenal user experience, and it's agent branded so that it will keep the buyers focused on you, the agent, and it will keep them off of Redfin and Zillow and focused on you, your brokerage, and your agent. And it's so much more robust than just that, but that is the main core of what they do, and it's just a phenomenal tool. And we do include that with every website that we build.
Couldn't have said it any better, Christine.
Thanks, Bart.
So some of the other custom marketing pieces will do things like social media, pocket folders, buyer seller guides. For Mark and Lisa, their launch party was actually in May, and it was in coordination with a garden party event in their neighborhood. So we took their brand and we also even integrated it into that sort of garden party feel. And it still feels like it's part of the same brand. It's consistency. And anybody who knows me is going to know that I am like crazy about consistency in your branding. And even, before they officially launched this past May, they did a New Year's card as a fresh start to the new year. Instead of a Christmas card, it was a New Year's card. And we kind of, it was like a sneak peek of their branding. And that was really exciting. And the last piece is our foundation program. And I'm going to let Christine talk about that.
Sure. So our foundation program is our signature subscription program. And so selling homes is at the core of what every real estate agent does, right? And so the very first thing that they need before they do anything else is listing collateral. So our foundation program is a subscription monthly program that keeps the agent focused on their client, not on their collateral. And the foundation program also includes membership into Raise You. So let me take you through what that listing package looks like. So for every listing, we provide a listing brochure that might look something like this. Again, it's all custom to your brokerage. We also include a digital brochure, and we like this option because it's environmentally friendly, and it keeps your brand and your brochure in the palm of someone's hand. Click on the QR code and it shows right up into your iPhone. The listing package also includes 4 social media images. So they could include an open house, a just listed, an under contract, and a just sold image for your property. I know many agents who love to use just listed and just sold postcards, and that is part of the listing package. And then finally, if you are involved in a digital ad campaign like AdWorks or something of that nature, we will also create a digital image for your ad campaign.
And I just want to jump in and remind people that none of this is a template. We're not handing you a Canva template where you're inputting all this data. You're giving us the basic data and you're getting back the finished product. And that is a little bit of a difference between what we do and what other people might be offering.
So let's talk a little bit about Raise You. And I'm really proud of Raise You. Raise You is our member-only online resource. It includes an online platform as well as a private Facebook community. And I'm just gonna have Carrie take through this quick video here, but this is the homepage. Clients sign in. They can see a welcome video, upcoming events, and building blocks for success. So the first one is our business tools. Our business tools are things like business planning workbooks, video distribution, how to promote and host a virtual buyer seminar. Here's an example of what these might look like. Also with Raise You, you can access, if you're part of the foundation program, you can access your specific listing order form. And as you can see here, you go in, you choose the template that one of the 3 templates we've created for you, and voila, there it is. We have evergreen social media that we make available routinely that you can just download and paste into your socials. And then everything that we do will be archived in the video section. We also have the Know Like Trust podcast archived there. That was Barb Betts out in California. And this is Adam Gaudette. We have great speakers who are talking about how they build Know Like Trust in their businesses every other week. And so that's Raise You in a nutshell, in a really fast nutshell.
Yeah, that was really sped up, but we have thrown a lot at you guys. So it's time for a brain break. It's time to play a game. All right. So
this is like also kind of like forced family fun.
Yeah.
So everybody get their phones out.
If you guys have kids who made it through pandemic remote learning, you might have heard them talk about Kahoot. I told my kids that we were doing a Kahoot tonight and they thought it was hilarious. They're like, we do that in school all the time. So you can either scan this QR code with your phone camera, or you can head to Kahoot.it, Kahoot with a K. And Christine's going to bring up the game. So I'm actually I want to make sure everybody gets it before I take it down off the screen.
We'll just give it a couple seconds.
You got it? Everybody in there?
I'm having some trouble sharing,
That's 'cause I
Carrie, even though we did,
Hold on. Oops, I'm gonna stop there. All right.
oh, I see why. There we go.
All right.
All right, are we all here? All right. So you're going to input the game pin, which you see right here, which is 551838, and you're going to put your name in there. See everybody's name popping up? We'll give everybody a second.
This is finally my chance to read the chat. You guys have all said such nice things. I'm getting very choked up. I'm not going to play the game. I've already played it twice and I didn't win either time. So.
All right, everybody ready? All right, here we go. We're going to start. Ready? first song in 1980 was also their first #1 hit in the United States. Which song was it? Another One Bites the Dust, Crazy Little Thing Called Love, Fat Bottomed Girls, or Don't Stop Me Now?
All right.
Next. Ooh,
Tells us who's-
Mark SQ is in the lead.
Uh-oh, Margot's right behind him. I bet you there's some friendly competition there.
Who brought seaweed and raw fish to lunch in the movie Breakfast Club? Brian, John, Allison, or Claire? Claire. Oh, Bob's taking the lead, followed by Carrie and Kim. Deborah's in third. What's the total number of dots on a Pac-Man board?
If Gabe Edwards doesn't get this one, I'm gonna be floored.
$240.
3 people.
Yeah. Ooh, Amy K's coming up behind Bob. What piece of clothing was made popular by the movie Flashdance? Was it sweatbands, cutoff sweatshirts, lace bracelets, or leg warmers?
You can really tell how old we are.
Ooh, nice. Oh. All right, number 5. What's the name of the evil spirit in Poltergeist? Is it Jane, Crane, Lane, or Kane? Nice, you guys. Margot, you're in number 2. The first Instagram post featured what animal? Katie Lance, if you don't get this, oh my God. An owl, a giraffe, a dog, or a lion?
Feeling the pressure. Yes.
Oh, a lot of people
Did you
got
get it? Nice.
Good job.
Oh, Margot took the lead.
Oh, this is some quality guessing.
Who said marketing is no longer about the stuff that you make, but about the stories you tell? Seth Godin, Ronald McDonald, Tom Brady, or Gary Vaynerchuk? Nice.
People know there's
Oh, Bob, you fell right off the leaderboard. Wow. The Nike swoosh logo is among the most recognizable logos in the world. It was inspired by the Greek goddess of what? Victory, flight, champions, or air?
Ooh, it's taking a long time. Somebody's really thinking on this one.
Nice. Look at that. Although a lot of people said what? Flight. Interesting.
That makes sense though. I can see that.
Yeah.
Oh, Margot's still winning.
In terms of graphic design, what does CMYK stand for?
I'll be very disappointed in all of you if you don't know what this means. But understanding.
This is a tough one.
Nice.
Impressive.
Awesome, you guys.
All right, last one. Here we go. What is the alternate meaning of post and beam?
Who was paying attention to me in the beginning? Now I really feel like a teacher.
Nice. All right, are we ready for the winner?
Margot, I'm sure.
Greg coming in at number 3.
Oh, I was like, what?
Terry coming in at number 2, and in number 1.
Margot, you won the prize.
Awesome job.
Woo!
Isn't that fun? How do you like that? Force family fun.
Margot, you'll be
So
getting
fun.
your very own Post and Beam branded Yeti in the mail.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I know.
Like I really am.
All right, Kitty, you're
Thank
up.
you guys for indulging us in a little bit of fun, and we're almost done. We just want to share one more thing with you, and then we'll open it up for some questions. So I have to hit the play button up here. We have a special offer.
So is this me? This is me, huh?
Oh, but you know what? I accidentally went and I can't go back. Hold on. Apologies.
So I will tell you what's on the slide. We are offering 20% off for your first year for anybody who is interested in the foundation program, which again is the listing collateral and the membership in Raise You. So when you sign up by October 31st, we will provide 20% off. This QR code right here, if you take that picture, it will take you to the exact details of what specifically is in the foundation program and what it costs before the discount. And if you're interested, you can email me, Christine at postandbeamcreative.com. And we would love to hear from you.
I'll give everybody a second if they want to pull up that. And Christine's also going to put that link in the chat, right? So that if you want to pull it up on your computer or bookmark it or save it, she's going to put that in the chat so that you can go straight to that page. And it details out literally everything you get in that foundation monthly subscription plan. So if everybody has that, with that, we want to thank you for joining us. And if you want any more information that isn't in the foundation plan, our website is postandbeamcreative.com. You have to spell out the word "and" because you can't put an ampersand in your URL. So postandbeamcreative.com. And now it's your turn. We're tired of talking. It's your turn. We're gonna